Hello, this is a short demo of the Tomix 5563 TCS unit using mode or program number 8, which sends alternating trains around a loop in opposing directions while one of them is held in a siding. I'm using a Tomix N600 power unit, which is compatible with the TCS and accepts TCS and DC connecting cables hardwired on the TCS unit. Let's take a quick look at the back of the 5563 unit. On the left, 4 sensors are connected, 2 for each track. The first will slow the train down based on the throttle speed and momentum setting, while the second will stop the train if it hasn't already stopped prior to the second sensor. Past that to the right, we have the white DC cable, which is connected to the track at a location designated in the TCS manual. Beyond that are 2 black cables, and these go to the 2 turnouts which control the siding and the activity of the trains. The number of sensor, power, and turnout cables will depend on which mode of the TCS you're using. I have the unit facing backwards, hopefully for obvious reasons. On the top are the mode selection dial, which to my taste is much too small, and the detents are rather loose, so you have to jiggle it a bit to be certain of where you're setting it. Beyond that is the momentum knob, which controls the amount of acceleration and deceleration. And finally there's a delay knob, which will halt the train once it has been stopped based on a sensor, and keep it in the current location for a determined amount of time. To some extent, the last 2 settings will be influenced by which mode you're using. Okay, let's turn the power on, and you can hear some relays clicking as the TCS unit checks your program, validates the connections, and sets the turnouts for the initial operation. Note that the trains, or trams in this case, must be specified at particular locations at the start of the program. I've initially set momentum to 0, so the trains will come to a hard stop at the first sensor with no coasting action. Okay, let's give this some power. And the first tram will take off, do a loop, hits the first sensor and halts. After the unit does some switching, the second tram will take off, run around, and again it will stop at the sensor. Let's give it a little bit of momentum now. So this time it should coast, hopefully somewhere before the second sensor, so it will stop based on the momentum and not the second sensor itself. Up. We'll see if the second one does any better. Okay, that's more like it. Coast up just before the second sensor. We'll see about the first one again, if it's learned anything from watching the other one. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, thank you for watching.